you to come to conference with me about my academic progress. This is an opportunity for me to show you who I am as a learner, and for you to gain insight on how my academic performance is. How my academic performance is. One of my strengths are algebra, and one of my weaknesses are biology and history. And one good learning style and habit that I have is paying attention in class, paying attention and focusing in class. If I don't understand something, I ask questions to the teacher, or like the teacher say, ask three before me. I ask my students or classmates, and they either help me, or if they don't know, I ask the teacher for a better understanding. One bad habit or learning style that I have is trying not to study. I want to study, but I don't have. It's like I'm lazy, so I don't want to study, or my mind gets caught elsewhere. So I'm like, oh, are we just in school all day? Why I gotta study now? Like, we just in school. Like, come on now. But that's basically my bad habit.
Okay. Do you have your grades with you?
Yes.
Okay. So you said that your strength is algebra, and then biology and history are your weaknesses.
Yes, ma'am.
Or your weaker subjects, I should say.
Yes,
now, you mentioned your strengths is. Just elaborate a little bit more about your strength. What are you good at? Like, not the subject, or for that matter, you said you're good at algebra. What about algebra that you're good at?
I'm good at problem solving. I know how to problem solve, especially with numbers. I know how to use process of elimination, eliminate the irrational answer choices. And I also know how to work well with others, depending on if they do their job too. If they do their job, I can do mine. If they don't do their job and expect me to do all the work, I can't work with them. Or if they do all the work, then I feel like I haven't done my job. So those are my three main good habits that I have.
So so let's talk about your strength, not just in the algebra subject. How can you apply that to your not so good subjects? Like, what do you do? What are your strengths in even the subjects that you're most challenged at? You have to have a strength somewhere. You can't have a weakness without a strength. What are you good at? You said you're good at, you did mention that you're good at paying attention and answering questions. So that would be a strength, right? You're focusing in class.
I understand the stuff that they're giving me. It's just like, I understand in history, for example. I understand what she's telling me. It's just I have a problem remembering the dates and remembering the times of when this person did this and when this person did that. In biology, in other words, I have problems understanding the processes that is I have a problem understanding the processes that occur. Like, they confuse me. Like, I don't understand how this happens when this happens, and being taught this back in elementary gets you confused with now. You're like, huh? Wait, what? So that's why.
Okay. Well, from school to home, you're at school, you can ask the questions right away. Mm-hmm. You get home, what are you taking from school home other than the work? What are you bringing home that you that's what are you bringing home? Like, not just the work. What you learned at school and what you had the most trouble with. How are you able to, when you bring it home, you don't have anybody right there to ask the question, right? So, or if you have a question and you need to ask a question or what have you, how do you help yourself get better at what you're doing?
I ask my peers.
You ask your peers. So do you have a better understanding with your peers?
Depending on what the subject is.
What the subject is. Okay. So what can I do as a parent to help you become more successful at your challenging subjects? Like biology, algebra, I'm not worried about. But what can I do as a parent to help you get better at your history and biology? What could I do? It's not, think about that. It's not saying that I need to come in here and tell you what to do, but what things can I give you or offer to you to help you get there? Or maybe show you how to do something. What could I do to help you?
I think you should give me chores wise. Like say for example chores. You can give me chores at an earlier or later time, or should I prefer earlier so I can get them over with, and I could just focus on studying, and my mind can already be stimulated, and I can just study for 10 to 15 minutes at night. And also keeping my siblings out, because you know they come and distract you. Hey, I need to do this, or can I do this, or I need help doing this, or kind of tell them or give them a little away time from me so I can study.
Okay, all right. Is there anything else that I can help you with as far as the actual work itself to help you remember? You said you have trouble memorizing dates and times, and I would assume that's history. And then in biology, it's processes. What could I do to help you there?
History wise, you can kind of, you can probably teach me how to remember dates, like, or maybe I could step in and do my part and study anyway, and just use my time management right and put my priorities before my wants.
Okay, so more prioritizing is what you need. I can certainly do that. And I will offer something to you. You know how you have deadlines and you have a date that your homework is due. And I know you have a lot of subjects and it's weighted heavily. So dates are important. And I always say you have a phone, you have a tablet, set your own deadline date. The homework may be due next Wednesday, but you set your deadline date for Monday. So that gives you a time to Tuesday to kind of graze over it to make sure everything is good, and Wednesday is done. You know, set your own deadline date before the deadline. So because you don't ever want to do it last minute or wait to the last minute to do it. You know, as far as time management wise, instead of trying to memorize everything, if you look at it about 10 minutes every day, and you look at it with an understanding, not necessarily to memorize it, you'll be more successful at it. Okay, so try not to cram and wait to the last minute, because you did mention you procrastinate. So I think if you really focus on even away from school. I know you need a mental meltdown. You have mental breaks. We all do. I have them. But what you need to do is when you get home, instead of jumping right in to doing schoolwork, prioritizing is good. Your chores are not necessarily your distractions. You are your distraction. So what you do is, let me take care of whatever I need to take care of as far as chores wise. Get that over with. I'm going to give myself, watch a little TV. Take a little break. You've been in school all day long. I get it. Take a little break. But set you a calendar. When you have a little time at school, set you a calendar that what you're going to take time out to do every day. You look at what's coming up due and prioritize everything, okay? And you take, okay, tonight when I get home, I don't have a test due coming up yet on this, but I do know I got if I can take 10 minutes with just this subject, because I don't really understand this process, come get me. Like, Mama, can you help me with XYZ? I don't understand this part of biology. The teacher want me to, or this part of history. It's just taking that time out of those more critical thinking type subjects and prioritizing it. Taking 10 minutes every day on each of them. Algebra comes easy to you. But your more critical subjects, take 10 minutes, literally. Don't try to memorize it. You're just looking over it. It's like your brain does a Photoshop of it. Okay? And then you just do it a little bit at a time. Okay? Every day. And leave it alone. Walk away from it. I used to sleep with my stuff under the pillow, by the way. It didn't make a bit of difference, but I just knew it was there.
Mother.